Good evening, everybody. This is your girl Laura LaFrance with another tutorial on how to create flats in Illustrator. I have gotten requests for shirts creation from my peers in school. If you taking product development in fashion design school, any school, art institute, medium of arts, or whatever, you can follow this basic template, which is from Miss Ivanova. She's my Russian guru, professor slash mentor slash you name it. She has both a female and a male, and she let us use it. Well, because it was included in our tuition too, but we can use it to create flats for shirts and pens and whatever the case may be. This is an example of how I've created a shirt. I'll go ahead and zoom in. I don't know if you can see the shirt right on top, and right above it I have the shirt with fill and colors and top stitching and my logo as screen print with labels and everything. But let's take it one step at a time. We'll learn the first few steps, which is just creating the shirt itself. So I'm going to turn on my layers. I'll probably just do a new, let me do a new file. I'm going to open a new one. Hold on a second. Mr. Ben, where are you? There you are. Shoot. Okay. Very small. I wonder what happened here. Okay, there we go. So this right here, if you do not have a template from online, from Google, from wherever, make your own. If not, I don't think I can actually share this croquis with you, because technically she's selling them, and me sharing it with you would be kind of like black marketing her templates. You can screenshot it if you want to, by all means go ahead, but me personally, I don't think I can share the template with you. If you need, you could just go ahead on her website and take it directly, but like I said, I don't think I can share in a link anywhere with you to get the Ben template to draw your men shirts. So this is the image that I have saved as an AI for me to just open it to create on top of it. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna lock that, because you don't need it. You're not going to use it in any type of way. You just need it to be underneath. And you're going to create a new layer on top of it where you're going to be drawing your shirt. So here's what you need to know. When I do my shirts, when I used to do my shirt, I want to say, this is how I used to do it. I used to go pen tool, I just go ahead and create, make us, a shirt. I could just do it like this, like that, like this, and then I go ahead and do my armhole, which was horrible. That's how I used to do it, and if you, by looking at it, you could tell it's very mediocre because it's not well done. I mean, you could use it by all means, but there are certain rules for you to know before you start just doing. You can use the pen tool, as a matter of fact, but the easiest way I find that I do it is looking at my croquis. I noticed there's this big red line in the center. It is the balance line, but it is also to draw your flats on 1/2 of a scale. You don't need to draw like both sides. As a matter of fact, looking at it by itself, you can see even the arm has a half balance, the chest, the pelvis, the legs, everything has a balance line. Just to let you know that you could just draw one side and then later on reflect it. It's going to be perfectly symmetrical. You won't have any problems. Your professor will not tell you, oh, this is not correct, it's not symmetrical, everything is jumping left and right. So what I do, I create a box. Say you want the shirt to be that length. Well, let me show you the easy way, because this one is a little bit more advanced. Let's do the easy way using the pen tool. So we're gonna do, now one thing you need to remember, your shirt is not exactly at the point, it's slightly above it because it's laying on top of you, not like in your flesh. So you want to make sure your shirt is slightly above your actual flesh. So I don't know if you notice, I'm not drawing the whole shirt, I'm doing only half of it, just half. Let's do it crotch length right here, and then right here, it's not really perpendicular, you want to make sure it's perpendicular, and right here, right? So now we're going to do the arm. Now one thing about the arm, you want to make sure it's perfectly matching that little point right here. So we're going to follow the line right here directly. You can just mimic, literally, you can just mimic exactly the shape, it doesn't matter. Now, I know you're looking at the shirt like, why did I draw a box right on top of the next one? Well, I'm going to show you exactly why. So, now we have the full front. I'm not liking the neck hole. I'm going to go ahead and fix it up a bit. Probably bring it closer. Okay, there you go. Okay, so that would be the first side. Let's bring that out a bit because it's too narrow. I think right here it's good. Now, you always want to make sure this is 90-degree angle. Always want to make sure that this is a 90-degree angle. This also may be a 90-degree angle, depends on the style of shirt, but if it is the straight regular t-shirt, you may want to consider doing it a 90-degree angle. Right here needs to be a 90-degree angle as well as this one, so it could just literally lay flat right over your arm. So looking at this and that one, this is the basics you need to know when it comes to a t-shirt. There's not a whole lot of math to it, but if you can get your hems at a perfectly 90-degree angle, you should be fine. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete all those little signature thingies that I've done. Okay, now to get to the next point. Now, right now the shirt is not looking complete. So what you want to do, you want to go to Windows and bring up your Pathfinder right here. Pathfinder. This is what we're going to use to get rid of this funny shape right here. So you're going to select both your arm, your sleeve, and your bodice. On your Pathfinder, you're going to go here and look for divide. And just follow along, you'll see why. Divide it, and it literally cut everything. So, but it kept it into group. It divided this piece from that piece from that piece. So it's still grouped though. So you want to ungroup it. And if you want to see, you could see I could move this part, I could move that, I could move this. So you need to divide it, because technically, if you're thinking as a pattern maker, you don't want to draw something by line. You want to draw it like an enclosed shape, just like you were making a pattern. So I'm gonna go back with it. So this is the point where we ungrouped the divided shapes. Now we could go ahead and select this little part right here, because it's looking very odd, add it to the bodice. And to do that, you're going to select both these parts, and you see where it says merge. Where is it? Merge. You're going to click merge, and it just turned the whole bodice into the actual shape that we were looking for. So let's do it again. So we select both our shapes, go to Pathfinder, divide. It divide everything into its own little pieces, but it's still grouped, so you have to ungroup, right click, ungroup, and then you know already that this is going to be your sleeve. You just need this part right here to be your bodice. So you select both of it, and you're gonna go to merge and merge it, and now you have your bodice. Notice that it took away the stroke. It's no big deal, don't panic. You just go back on your stroke right here, and add your black, and you're good to go. So now you have your basic shirt. All you have to do is select both of these and reflect it to the other side. Before you do that, remember to group this back again together, because you don't want to end up flipping this side and leaving the sleeve. So select both, group it again, right click group, and then you want to go right click again, transform, reflect. Let's do that again. Select the bodice and the sleeve, right click, transform, reflect. Now, if you pay attention to this little thing right here, the reflect window, it tells you can reflect vertically or along the axis, which is the red balance line, or you can do it horizontally. Just the basic thing to remember before you start playing around with the angles and all that button is to preview it, and it's going to show you exactly how you're going to reflect it when you reflect it. You see how it's reflecting it? That's what you need. If you were to do it horizontally, it was going to just flip it back and forth, same thing. But we need it vertically. And you're not going to click OK, because if you click OK, it's going to reflect just the bodice. You don't want to do that. You want to go back, transform, reflect, hit copy, and then copy the second part. And then all you need to do is align it perfectly right on top. You want to make sure it's right on top of each other. Right now you're looking at 2 point. You don't want that. You want it to be a single. You want it to be right on top of it. So you may want to move it manually. This is the quickest way to do it. I'm not gonna lie to you. Okay, so now you have your front. If the style of shirt you're doing has a seam in the center, by all means go ahead and leave it like that. But we're doing a full front shirt with no seam in the center, so you're going to select both. We may need to ungroup everything, because remember we kept it grouped. We need to just merge these two right here, so it could be just one shape. You're going to go again into your Pathfinder and merge it, and now you have a perfectly ready to go shirt. Remember, keep taking out the stroke. It's no big deal. Just slap it back on, and now you have your shirt. So if you pause the video, you go back again step by step, you should be able to do this just the way it is right now, just like I have it done. Now you're going to group everything. The basic thing to remember though, when you do a shirt for a man, and say you're gonna do a technical package to send for China for them to get your shirts ready or whatnot from scratch, you want to make sure you include all the details possible so that there's no room for mistakes. Imagine you have 3 million of t-shirt to do, and all of them have flaws. That's a lot of money wasted. So you want to make sure you put all the details and whatnot. So the next step is to do the back. You see how you have the back line right here? A lot of people would do, I'm going to show you exactly what I used to do. I used to just take my pen tool and do this and call it a day. That's what I used to do. And actually this is a big no-no. Yeah, it is okay if you want to do a quickie, but this is not professionally done. It's a quick something to do. Please don't do it. It's not the right way to do it. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So you remember this big old piece right here that we grouped? Go ahead and ungroup it. You're going to go ahead and ungroup it. I'm sorry, I took a minute. This bodice right here, I'm going to go very slowly. Go to edit, copy, and edit, paste in back. You see where I say paste in back? Go ahead and paste it in the back. Okay? Let me go back. Before you do that, I'm sorry. Okay, let's go back and ungroup it. This bodice right here, you go into edit, copy. That's step 1. Step 2, you're going to go to object, lock the selection. Lock it, because you don't want to move it. That's the front bodice. You don't want to do anything to it. Lock it. And you're going to go back and edit, paste in back. Now your back shirt is there. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in, because right now we're working on the back. You see this point right here? That point. With the pen, delete anchor, go ahead and delete that point. My pen is acting up. You should have curved it a little bit more. It didn't do it. Well, it's not a big deal. What you could do, since it didn't, because usually when you delete the point, what it does, it brings it up right there. You can go ahead and freestyle it. You could take the point and move it up and make sure it matches perfectly to the back neck, which is basically what you need to do. So again, I'm going to go back. This is our back. This is literally the back. We edited and pasted in back. So you need to show back neck. Do not freestyle it with a pen tool by just drawing two lines, copy the front, paste it into the back, and then just move your back neck up to match your croquis or whatnot, and you have your full shirt. You may want to move it a little bit more up. That's it. So now you have your shirt front. So you have front and back, but don't forget to unlock. Go to object and unlock everything, because you still have your front lock. And now you have your shirt. This is it. That's it. There's no complicated stuff to it. I hope I made it easier. If not, I'll probably just go over it again. But that's basically what you do. Remember, you do your basic shapes with your pen tool, then you overlap them as much as you have to, like I did with my sleeve and the bodice, and then you bring up your pathfinder and you merge what you need to merge, you divide what you need to divide. And to do your back neck, you don't freestyle it with the pen tool. You copy your bodice and then you lock it, you paste it on the back, and you play around with your little point here to bring you to the desired length and height you need on your back, depending on the style you're doing. And then your shirt is ready to go. You group it again so nothing moves, and you're good to go. Well, good to go for now, for step one, doing the shirt, because then you got to go back and add top stitching, obviously, because if you're doing shirts, I don't know if you look at the shirt you're wearing right now or anytime, you notice that you do have top stitching. I'm sorry, you have like little, I'm going to freestyle it again. You have like top stitching here, and then I'll do a quick demo. I have a different video where I show how to do top stitch. I'm not going to go into details in it, but for now this is how they would do it. That would be your top stitch. You want to show your stitch here, at the hem, around the neck, however you want to do it. If it is a binding, if it's crew neck, if it's boat neck, whatever the case may be, whatever the style you want to do, remember you need your stitching, because you have to show how you finished your shirt. But like I said, this video was not about top stitching. I have a different one on top stitching. This one is basically how to do your basic flat for your men t-shirt. Hopefully that helped. I'm gonna go back again to show you my I'm gonna show you exactly how. See, I did mine without fill. It's not like the shirt is not well done. It's still there. I added top stitching, of course, in a pocket and patch pocket, by the way, and I added binding with stitching, you know, that beautiful stuff. And that's when I ended up here. This is my back, and this is my front. Oh, and let me add, you know why I didn't freestyle the neck when I did it? Because when you show your back, you won't have to draw it over again. Because if you have to show your back and all you had with a little line, then you got to go back and retrace every step of the way. But if you did copy and paste in back, and if you have to show front and back, all you have to do for the back is delete the front, and all you have is just the back sitting there waiting for you to do whatever you need to do. It saves you a lot of time, because if say I went in and just did a little line right here, if I had to show back, it would have been a hassle trying to fill in after my little line and all that beautiful stuff. But yeah, this was my final for product development, and I created my own print. I didn't want to use nobody else's stuff for copyright issue. The only copyright I have in there is the Ivanova template, which obviously I paid for. But other than that, if you don't have a template from Google or whatnot, by all means, go ahead. I leave it enough space for you to screenshot the screen right now. Save it so you can draw over it, and let me know how you do. Any question, please, you feel free. You could go ahead and I'm gonna probably type in my email. So you could just shoot me an email. I mean, I get a lot of questions through emails anyway. Just shoot me an email through this, lvadayproduction@gmail.com. And if I can help, I will post a video. It's not really, it doesn't take me a long time because I have everything I need right here on my laptop. So yeah, that will be it. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night.